Okay. Good afternoon and welcome you to Estes Field on the campus of Central Methodist University for today's baseball game between Central Methodist and Baker. Games 3 and 4 there. Quentin Norris sitting in the catbird seat here at Estes Field. Central Methodist, they're 16 and 10, 6 and 2 in the conference under head coach Nate Breland. For Baker, they're 15 and 11, 7 and 3 in the conference under head coach Ryan Goodwin. Of course, they played 2 yesterday. Of course, Central Methodist won both games. First game 12-2, and then the second game 8-5 there as well. Of course, the highlighter of the day in the first game of the doubleheader was Jeremy Conforte, 7 RBI. He had a 3-run double in the third inning, and in the fourth inning, hit a grand slam home run for a 12-2 victory. Of course, Clayton Burke got the win there. In the second game, Central Methodist led 1-0. Then they had 4 more in the third. Then 3 more in the fifth to make it 7-0. Baker added a run in the sixth. Then Central added a run in the sixth to make it 8-1. But then Baker added 4 more runs. They even had the bases loaded and the go-ahead run at the plate. But then Darwin Oriega grounded out to Robbie Merced to end the ball game there. It should be a good pitching matchup there for Baker University. It is number 18, Caden Pogue. For Central Methodist, it is Allen West, upcoming sports event. Now, today, originally, they were playing, softball was scheduled to play 2 at Mount Mercy, but the game was canceled because of the weather. Or, according to what Channel 8's own Matt Beckwith, it looked like they were experiencing some cold temperature. I think, like in the upper 30s, maybe rain and probably maybe a few snow up in that area. I know they had some around the western part of Nebraska, according to what the radar said last night on Channel 8 there. So the game, they are on the way back from Clark. The game with Clark had to be played at Mount Mercy as well. And Central Methodist softball won both games. They won the first game by a score of 11-1 and 15-5 victory. 6 are in the second game there. Madison Roberts drove in 6 runs there as well. So after that, the next game up there for baseball will be on Saturday, Sunday. They play Benedictine. First game is at 1 o'clock. 12:45 pregame show. And then softball is playing in American National for a 1 o'clock doubleheader as well, with their pregame show, 12:45. And according to what Matt Beckwith said last night on Channel 8, I think the temperature, it's supposed to be around 59 degrees there. But I know next Sunday, I think they're talking maybe the low 60s. And if you look at the standings there in the north, Mount Mercy is 8-2, 17-8 altogether. William Penn, 5-5, 17-8. Clark is 3-3, 10-9. Peru State is also tied for third, 3-3, 6-8. Culver Stockton 3-5, 7-16. Graceland 2-6, 8-17. Grandview is 1-4, 13-5 altogether. In the South, Central Methodist on top 6-2, 16-10. Baker 7-3, 15-11. Mid-American Nazarene 5-3, 12-13. Missouri Valley 4-4, 8-13. Benedictine 3-4, 8-15. Evangel 4-6, 19-9, and then Park 3-7, and 9-14 all together there. We'll go ahead and give you today's starting lineups there. Sponsored by Emmett's Kitchen and Tap. First for Baker University, leaned off and playing left field is Quentin Graham. Batting second, playing right field, John Rayborn. Batting third, shortstop Tucker Flory. Batting fourth, designated hitter Brian Hawkins. Batting fifth, third first baseman Darwin Oriega. Batting sixth, third baseman Peyton Lewis. Batting seventh, center fielder Jared Parentini. Batting eighth, their catcher Camden Carlin. And batting ninth is their second baseman Cooper Carlin, with today's starting pitcher Caden Pogue. So we got Graham, Rayburn, Flory, Hawkins, Oriega, Lewis, Parentini, Carlin, with Caden Pogue pitching. For Central Methodist, leading off playing center field is Bobby Nichols. And second, shortstop Robbie Merced. Batting third, third baseman Jeremy Conforte. Actually, it's first baseman Jeremy Conforte. Batting fourth and playing left field, Tanner Sears. Batting fifth, the designated hitter and today's starting pitcher, Alan West. Batting sixth, shortstop, second baseman, Tommy Giarola. Batting seventh is third baseman, Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Batting eighth, playing right field, Joe Weatherford. And batting ninth, the catcher is Logan Duty. Today's starting pitcher is Alan West. So we got Nichols, Merced, Conforte, Sears, West, Giro, Fitzgerald, Wedford, and Duty, with Alan West also today's starting pitcher as well. We're about ready to get started there. We're just less than a few minutes away from the first pitch here at Estes Field. Beautiful day. Of course, we got some Dodger blue skies overhead. I think we may have had a few sprinkles overnight. Or as they would say on the Beverly Hillbilly, we had to dodge and duck some rain sprinkles as well. So we should be getting ready to get started there. First of two today. The key series there, some of the players are out in the field warming up there. Quentin Norris singing the catbird seat. So we should be getting ready to go. Also, this coming Thursday is Major League Baseball's opening day. The St. Louis Cardinals will be taking on the Toronto Blue Jays in their opener down at Busch Stadium, 3 o'clock start time as well. And I think they're going to have a ceremony. I think it's been a tradition at Busch Stadium, and like in the years when they were on Bally Sports or Fox Sports Midwest, they always have a pregame ceremony. And it's a really neat ceremony. I'm very fortunate seeing it several times as well. And one of the highlighters they've always have is the Clydesdales that come rolling in around Busch Stadium. And usually they also recognize some of the former Cardinals there. And of course, just about a little over a month ago, of course, the great Tim McCarver passed away as well. Of course, was on the Cardinals team that won the World Series back in 1964 and in 1967. Of course, he was a catcher for Bob Gibson. He was the starting catcher when Bob Gibson struck out 17 Detroit Tigers in Game 1 of the 1968 World Series. After his playing days, of course, he was a broadcaster, most notably on ABC Sports with Al Michaels and Jim Palmer. And I believe this will be the first time. Of course, he's the only broadcaster that has ever done the World Series in 3 different networks. After ABC left Major League Baseball, of course, went over to CBS, did Major League Baseball games on CBS for 4 years, and then of course they had the baseball network as well. And then in 1996, moved over to Fox, teamed up with Joe Buck until he retired in 2013, and also spent part of the time doing Cardinals baseball as well. So it's going to be interesting missing the great Tim McCarver, one of the finest baseball men I have ever known. And I will tell you this, I've known this for almost 35 years because I remember back when I was in high school, I read a book about Tim McCarver. And it was one of those paperbacks, it was like a 200-page paperback book about his life and his career. And, of course, if you look at the middle section, in the middle part of the section, there's like some pictures of Tim McCarver. So that's how I became a fan of it, from reading a book. And I'm sure it's at my mom's house in Slater as well. So, as well, of course, along with that, the Kansas City Royals, they opened up their season taking on the Minnesota Twins. And I think this is like about the 30th time that the Royals and the Twins had met on opening day. I know when the Royals first came into the league in 1969, their first game was against the Minnesota Twins. So that's how And I think they've met so many times. I think half of the times I think they've been in Minnesota. But I think, and then the other times they've gone to Kansas City as well. And then I think they'll have their special pregame ceremony at 2 p.m. as well. First pitch at 3 o'clock. And I think, I want to say Denny Matthews, their voice of the Royals, entering his 55th season on the microphone as the voice of the Kansas City Royals. And, of course, that'll be on 310 from Fox Sports Kansas City. Rex Hudler and Ryan Lefebvre will have the play-by-play for you as well. And at 6 p.m. tonight, the Chicago White Sox take on the Houston Astros. And that is their first ESPN game. The Houston Astros, the defending World Series champions, open up their season as well. Should be a lot of fun there as well. Some of the students are filing in there, as both the umpires and the coaches meet at home plate. So we should be getting ready to get started. We'll probably do the starting lineups and then, of course, the national anthem, the prayer, and then, of course, the first pitch there as Alan West is warming up in the bullpen area. So I think they should be getting ready to get started. Glad to have you with us there. Both teams, I think we're about ready to get going. We should be getting started soon. First pitch around 1 o'clock there. So we're ready to get going. That's it. We're ready to get going. I think they're about ready to get the starting lineups going. Starting lineups and national anthem. We're here at Estes Field. Quentin Norris here on the microphone from the catbird seat. And we'll go ahead and set the defense for you. Sponsored by Commercial Trust Bank. Out in left field is Tanner Sears. In center field is Bobby Nichols. And right field is Joseph Weatherford. At third base, Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Shortstop, Robbie Merced. Second baseman, Tommy Giarola. The first baseman is Jeremy Conforte. And, of course, behind the plate is Logan Duty. Today's starting pitcher is Alan West. 4-1 with a 2.92 ERA. He is from Louisville, Texas. They're checking to make sure the glove is in good shape. Oh, okay. So now he'll be getting ready to get started. We'll go ahead and give you the lineups there. For Baker, that's Quentin Graham in left field, John Rayborn in right. Tucker Flory is shortstop, Brian Hawkins the D8. That is Darwin Oriega at first base. Hayton Lewis is at third base. Jared Parentini is the center field. Camden Carlin is behind the plate, and Cooper Carlin is at second base there. We're about ready to get started on a beautiful day. We've got some Dodger blue skies just peeking through the clouds there. I think temperatures, should be around the upper 50s there. But things are looking good. Alan West getting some warm-up tosses in there. He'll have a couple more warm-up tosses. Then they throw it down the second there. You see the coaches, Baker, and they're in the Navy uniform, orange trim with the orange numerals there. Central Methodist in the green uniforms with the white trim, white numerals, the birds on the bats. That's Quentin Graham up there. 4 homers, 6 RBIs on the year. We're about ready to get started. Here's the first pitch. Hits a fly ball to Bobby Nichols. Center fielder's there to make the catch. 1 pitch, 1 out. Came at 1:05 p.m. Temperature 54 degrees. The time and temperature is sponsored by the parking spot. Easy to spot and easy to park. The parking spot at the Kansas City International Airport. And here's John Rayborn up the bat. 250 hitter, 2 homers, 13 RBIs on the year. Here's the first pitch to Allen. Tries to bunt, and it's a foul ball. Strike 1. 1-1 the count. On 1 the count. 0-1 pitch. That is outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 now. 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses on the curveball. There's a count of 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. Nice stop there, Logan Duty. 2-2 to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 2-2 the count on John Rayborn. Left-handed hitter up there from Kansas City. Misses that one outside. 3-2 there. 3 balls and 2 strikes with Tucker Flory on deck. 3-2 the count. Just underway. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Chops it foul on the first base side, and we'll do it again. 3-2 the count. 3 balls and 2 strikes. 3-2 pitch. That's ball 4. And here's Tucker Flory up there. 6 homers, 28 RBIs on the year. So runner at first with the walk. Flory at bat. Right-handed hitter. Rayburn taking the lead at first. First pitch. That's outside, ball one. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. Just underway. As Vin Scully would say, just pull up a chair there and get ready for some baseball. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. That's inside. Strike one. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tucker Flory. 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike. They check on the runner, and that goes John Rayburn. 1-1 the count on Tucker Flory. One pitch. It's a chopper to Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Knocks it down. Still makes the throw. Not in time. I have a feeling that's going to be an error there on Joey Fitzgerald Jr. And I believe Rachel or Dylan or Tim Crowley will agree with me. So now Brian Hawkins up there. 4 homers, 20 RBIs. I have a feeling that's going to be an error there. So now West will work from the stretch position. That is a ball, 1-0 to count. 1 out. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count on Brian Hawkins. The 1-0 pitch. Fouls it to the screen, 1-1. First and second, Rayburn walked, and then Tucker Flory reached on an error by Joey Fitzgerald Jr. 1 ball, 1 strike. Checks the runners. Oh, there's a good pitch there. Inside corner. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Brian Hawkins. 1-2 the count. First and second. 1 out. 1-2 pitch. Just missed. 2-2 the count. 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out in top of the first inning. Just underway. 2-2 the count. West getting the sign from Logan Duty. 2-2 pitch. Well, that kind of gets away from there, and everybody moves a base. So that'll be a pass ball on Logan Duty. So it's 3-2 the count there. West just needs to talk to the baseball, point to the catcher. Three and two the count there on Brian Hawkins. Second and third. West goes set in the 3-2. Swings and misses. That's a big out there. 2 outs now. That's big. Here's Darwin Oriego. No homers, 6 RBIs on the year. Where's 00 from Lawrence, Massachusetts? Around the Boston area. Home of the Boston Bruins, the best team in the National Hockey League. They'll be taking on Pittsburgh this coming Saturday on ABC Sports. Fly ball in the right field. I think Weatherford has the room, and he makes the catch for the 3rd out. So no runs, no hits, 1 error, 2 left on. We head to the bottom of the first innings. No score here. And we'll go ahead and set the defense for you there as well. Sponsored by the Exchange Bank. Quentin Graham in left field. In center field, Jared Parentini. In right field, John Rayborn. At third base, Peyton Lewis. Shortstop, Tucker Flory. Second baseman, that's Cooper Carlin. First baseman, Darwin Oriego. Behind the plate, Camden Carlin. And there you look at today's starting pitcher for Baker is Camden Pogue. 1-1, 3.45 ERA. 9 walks, 33 strikeouts. And you see Rob Ayler's coaching at first base. And Nate Breland at third base as well. Give you today's starting lineups. You got Bobby Nichols in center field. Robbie Merced, shortstop. Jeremy Conforte at first base. Tanner Sears in left. Alan West, the DH, and today's starting pitcher. Tommy Giarola at second base. Joey Fitzgerald Jr. at third. Joseph Weatherford at right field. And Logan Duty is behind the plate. Here's Camden Pogue. He is from Stillwater, Oklahoma, home of the Oklahoma State Cowboys. And also 1988 Heisman Trophy winner Barry Sanders. As Bobby Nichols will be the batter. No homers, 5 RBIs on the year. 9 RBIs from Detroit, Michigan, home of the Detroit Red Wings. Also the Detroit Tigers in baseball. Pogue on the mound. First pitch to Bobby Nichols. Hits a little ground ball to the shortstop. Has it. Throws a first. Throw a little high. But he did get the tag down. So one pitch, 1 out. Here's Robbie Merced. 4 homers, 20 RBIs. Hit his 4th homer of the year in the second game of the doubleheader against. Fouls it off. That's a strike. No balls and 1 strike. 1-1 the count there on Robbie Merced from Springfield, the most famous celebrity, a guy named Bob Barker. Hits a little chopper on the third base side. That's going to be a tough play. Barehanded throw. Not in time. Good hustle there by Robbie Merced. So the first hit of the game for Central Methodist. Here's Jeremy Conforte. 2 homers, 24 RBIs. Remember, he had 7 RBIs in game number 1 yesterday. 3-run double in the third and a grand slam home run in the 4th inning. Merced at first. And a curveball strike. 1-1 the count. On deck is Tanner Sears. 1-1 the count. 0-1 pitch. It's a ground ball to the second baseman. He'll go second for 1. The first. That is a 4-6-3 double play. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. We head to the top of the second inning. No score on CMUEagles.com and Heartmarker Conference. That's okay. You're doing 3-2. What team is that? El Barrio. What's SAI?
Satan.
What is it?
Satan.
Satan. Oh, okay. On that one when Floor hit, was that an arrow on third base? Okay, I bet you heard me say that. Yeah, we heard you talk. Well, because, I'm kind of an ex. Yeah, because the way he knocked it down, I thought that should have been an error. Yeah, that's. Yeah, you can hear what he said. Oh, let's see, Lewis. That's. No runs, no hits, no errors for Baker, no runs, one hit and error for Central Methodist. There's Peyton Lewis up there. No homers, 10 RBIs on the season. Where's number one? Just like the great Ozzie Smith used to wear the St. Louis Cardinals, even though he began his career with the San Diego Padres. First pitch. And that's a ball. When he was traded to the Cardinals, he was traded for a shortstop named Gary Templeton. 1-0 pitch. And there's a curveball, a strike. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 to count. The 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses, strike 2. 1-2 the count. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Top of the second inning. 1-2 pitch. Swings and misses, strike 3. Remember, Baker had first and second and 1 out, and then Hawkins struck out, and then Oriega flew out to Weatherford. Jarrett Parentini is the batter. No homers, 7 RBIs on the year. 1 out now. The first pitch. That's a ball, 1-0 to count. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count on Jarrett Parentini. The 1-0 pitch. And that's a strike call, 1-1. One ball, 1 strike. 1-1 pitch. 2 balls and a strike. 2-1 the count there on Jared Parentini. That's Camden Carlin on deck. 2-1 pitch. Lines it foul. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes on Jared Parentini. Two pitch. Fouls that one off. Still 2-2. 2-2 to count. 2-2 pitch. There's that high pop-up, but that will go out of play. Still 2-2. Two and two to count. 1 out, top of the second inning. 2-2 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 3 call. 2 consecutive strikeouts. And here's Camden Carlin. Homer and 6 RBIs on the year. Where's number 15? Just like the great Tim McCarver. First pitch to him. That is a strike call on the outside corner. His brother Cooper on deck. And it's a ball high. One ball, 1 strike, 2 outs, top of the second inning. 1-1 pitch. Swings and misses, strike 2. 1-2 the count there. Camden Carlin. Quentin Norris on the catbird seat. 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The 1-2 pitch. Oh, outside. 2-2. Twos across the board there. Two and two to count. Lines a shot just past. That'll be a base hit all the way there. That was a good effort there by Allen West. There's the first hit of the game for Baker University. And now here's Cooper Carlin up the bat. 1 night, no homers, 8 RBIs on the year. Carlin at bat. Camden Carlin is at first. First pitch. Ball. 1-0 to count. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 pitch. That is 2 balls and no strikes. Things should be getting underway in the, looks like the South Regional Final, Creighton and San Diego State. Remember, San Diego State defeated the number 1 overall seed, Alabama, on Friday. Fouls it off, and it's 2-1 in the count. Softball, it was scheduled to play Mount Mercy, but got postponed due to the weather. Quentin Graham on deck. Camden Carlin at first with 2 outs. 2-1 pitch. Oh, that's a beautiful pitch. Strike 2. 2-2 the count. 2-2 the count on Cooper Carlin. Wears number 5, like the great George Brett used to wear number 5 for the Kansas City Royals. 2-2 the count. It's a ground ball to Jeremy Conforti. He steps on the bag for the 3rd out. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 left. We head to the bottom of the 2nd inning. No score. No runs, a hit, no errors for Baker, no runs, a hit, and 1 error for Central Methodist as Tanner Sears up the bat. 8 homers, 31 RBIs. From Higginsville, Missouri, one of my old friends came from Higginsville. 2 of my old ones I went to school with at Central Methodist. One is Kim Goldforth, the other one is Trisha, her married name is Grasher. First pitch. It's a ground ball to the shortstop. Throws over to first, and there's out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out. Here's Allen West. 6 homers, 13 RBIs on the year. Hit his 6th of the year in game number 2 in the 2nd inning. That came in the 2nd inning. A 2-run home hit, a solo shot that gave Central Methodist the 1-0 lead. First pitch to him. That's a ball. 1 ball, no strikes to Allen West with Tommy Giarola on deck. The 1-0. That's up high. 2-0 to count. 2-0 pitch. 2-1 to count. 2 balls and a strike on Allen West. 2-1 to count. Foul ball, 2-2. I don't know. Two pitch. It's a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a 1-out single there. Here's Tommy Giarola. 2 homers, 7 RBIs on the year. So now a courtesy runner. That's number 6. That's Caden Doan from Frisco, Texas. Tommy Giarola. So now Doan is a courtesy runner at first. First pitch. Swings and misses, strike 1. Oh and 1 to count to Tommy Giarola. Back goes Doan. Back he goes. 1 out, bottom of the second inning, no score. Giarola hit his second home run in game number 2 yesterday. Back he goes. Came in the 4th inning, part of that 3-run 4th inning. First of 2 today. And the pitch to him. That's up high. 1 ball, 1 strike on Tommy Giarola. Two and 1 now to Tommy. 1 ball, 1 strike to Tommy Giarola. And that is a ball. 2 and 1 now. Joey Fitzgerald Jr. on deck. Two and 1 to count to Tommy Giarola. 2-1 pitch. Lines a shot. That is foul. 2 and 2. Two and 2 to count to Tommy Giarola. Ken Doan is on first. It's a little pop-up. That could be out of play. Third baseman calls for it for out number 2. Here's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. Homer and 6 RBIs. Of course, got to meet his mom. His mom at the game there. In between games of a doubleheader. From Crystal Lake, Illinois. A beautiful area, even though it's almost been 35 years since I've been to Crystal Lake, Illinois. Swings and misses, strike 1. On deck is Joseph Weatherford. Doan at first with 2 outs. They throw over there to check on him. If he can hit a shot, maybe down the deep part of right field, or in the left field, or in the gaps, Doan can score. And it's 1 and 1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. Maybe it's a perfect time for me to get a hit and run play coming up. The 1-1. Hits a little ground ball to the second baseman. Knocks it down. Boy, couldn't come up with it cleanly, and now that'll be an error on the second baseman. No question about it. Here's Joseph Weatherford. 2 homers, 17 RBIs. Let's see if Central Methodist can take advantage of that error there. So each team with an error so far. Even though they got hit, but I think that should have been an error. One ball, no strikes. 1-0 to count. The 1-0. That's on the outside corner, 1-1 now. Yeah, it is an error because the second hit, so 2 hits already. That one came in the first inning on the single by Merced. They throw over there, gets away from it. Fitzgerald is thinking second. And a good hustle there. So 2 errors already on this inning for Baker. So 2 errors there. So base hit can bring you 2. Error on the pitcher for allowing Doan to go to third. And then Fitzgerald hustled to second. I go get away from there. Doan is hustling, and he scores. That will be a wild pitch. And it's 2-1 to count there. Fitzgerald Jr. takes third. So 1-0 Central Methodist. At third base is Joey Fitzgerald Jr. On deck is Logan Duty. Two-one pitch. Hits a ground ball. There's a base hit. Fitzgerald Jr. will score. And it's 2-0 Central Methodist. That's number 18 on the year for Joseph Weatherford. So after the conference action there, and here's Logan Duty. Homer and 11 RBIs on the year. So 2-0 there. Wild pitch. And scored Keenan Doan. Base hit that brought in Joey Fitzgerald Jr. First pitch to him. There's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike to Logan Duty. Bobby Nichols on deck. The 0-1 now. Swings and misses. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Logan Duty. Oh, 2. That is ball 1 and 2 now. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. That is ball 2. 2 and 2. 2 and 2 to count on Logan Duty. Joseph Weatherford is at first with 2 outs. 2-2 pitch is a ground ball. Second baseman has it. It'll go to second for the fielder choice. So 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors, and just 1 left. We head to the top of the third. Central Methodist 2, Baker nothing. Okay. That is a team on the break. 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. A run, 2 no runs, 1 hit, 2 errors for Baker. There's Quentin Graham. He flew out to Bobby Nichols. Came on the very first pitch of the game. First pitch to him. That is a strike call. No balls and a strike to Quentin Graham. 0-1 to count. Chops it foul. Strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes on Quentin Graham. Oh, 0-2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Ooh, way outside. 1-2 there. One and two the count on Quentin Graham. 1-2 pitch. High pop up. That will probably go out of play. Still 1-2. One two the count. 1-2 pitch. Fly ball. That'll be a base hit right in front of Bobby Nichols. Second hit of the game for Baker. Here's John Rayburn. Drew a walk his first time up. Runner at first, nobody out. Oh, it gets away from Duty. Duty has a chance to get him. I think he got him. No. That was a good hustle there by Logan Duty, recognizing Quentin Graham was getting ready for second. That would probably be a pass ball. And the count is 1-0 on John Rayburn Jr. On John Rayburn. The 1-0. Ooh, outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Two and 0 to count. 2-0 pitch. There's a strike. 2-1. 2-1 the count on John Rayburn. Quentin Graham at second. Nobody out. Remember, Baker had second and third and 1 out. Brian Hawkins struck out. Darwin Oriega flew out to Joseph Weatherthird. Here's the pitch to him. And that is a foul ball. It looked like it might hit a car. Two and 2 to count. 2-2 pitch. Lines it foul. Still 2 and 2. Two and 2 the count. Quentin Graham is at second. Nobody out in the third. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. Beautiful pitch on the inside corner. 1 out now. Here's Tucker Flory. Reached on an error his first time up. Fourth strikeout of the day for Allen West. He is in 51 now. And the pitch to him. That's a bit high. 1-0 to count. One ball, no strikes. Rams at second. One out. The 1-0. 2-0 to count. You had to check with the umpire and did not go. Two and 0 to count on Tucker Flory. 2-0 pitch. Hits the ground ball. Nice play by Robbie Merced, but that was a good decision there to hold on to it. Keep the double play in line there. He could have made a good throw there, but he was afraid that the ball may have got away. And at the same time, both Graham and Flory would have been in scoring position. But the great thing is, by holding it, you keep the double play in line. As Brian Huckins up there, he struck out his first time up. Rams at second. Flory's at first. First pitch. Strike call. Central Methodist yesterday had 2 double plays turned. Turned a couple of double plays. No balls and a strike. 0-1 pitch. Swings and misses. What a beauty. 0-2 now. 0-2 the count on Brian Hawkins. On to the count. 0-2 pitch. Trying to tempt it, but no one moved. 1-2 the count. He was looking like he was going to get ready to throw the first base. Looks like he was trying to catch Tucker Flory napping. 1-2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Oh, that's outside. 2-2. 2-2 the count on Brian Hawkins. 2-0 Central Methodist. Top of the third inning. Two pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 3. So 2 outs now. And here's Darwin Oriega. Flew out to Joseph Weatherford, his first time up. First pitch to him. Just missed. Ball 1. One ball, no strikes. On Darwin Oriega. They checked the runner, but that's a balk. So now it's second and third now. And I have a feeling he did not make a complete throw to second base. One of the 2 most common balk calls you ever see. The other one is usually when the pitcher does not go to a complete stop. And usually, I can tell you, in all the years I've watched Major League Baseball, the best ones that have known to call balks are in the National League. And usually the 2 best ones that always likes to catch him napping are usually Doug Harvey, I think Harry Wendelstead, I think are the 2 best umpires that has ever caught one there. in all the years I've watched Major League Baseball on television. The 1-0. And a chopper foul, 1-1. One ball, one strike. Graham at third. Flory at second. 1-1 to count on Darwin Oriega. The 1-1 pitch. Hits that one foul out of play. 1-2 now. Peyton Lewis on deck. 0-2 the count. Top of the third inning. Oriega getting the sign from Logan Duty. The 0-2. Fouls that one off. 1-2. Still the count. Chase Dawson chases the ball down. One ball, two strikes on Darwin Oriega. 1-2 pitch. Just missed. 2-2. Two and two to count. Peyton Lewis on deck. 2-2 to count. 2-2 pitch. It's a foul ball. Still 2-2. Two and two the count. 2-2 pitch. Just missed. 3-2. 3-2 the count on Darwin Oriega. Three balls, two strikes. Second and third, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. It's a liner. Great catch by Tommy Giroux. That saved 2 runs there. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 left on. We head to the bottom of the third innings. 2-0 Central Methodist on CMUEagles.com. Where did that foul ball hit? I can hear it from next door. You know, I hear like a big thud noise. I figured it had to be like somewhere in the door area of a car. Because if it was a window, you can hear a crash. Was it? Oh, okay. No runs. 3 hits, 2 errors for Baker, 2 runs, 3 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. As Bobby Nichols up there grounded out to short. First pitch. In there, strike call, 1-1. 0-1 to count. Lines a shot to the second baseman. There's out number 1. Hit it right on the button. Here's Robbie Merced. Singled his first time up. So, first pitch. It's a little cue shot. Second baseman has it. Throws over to first. That'll be an infield hit. Good hustle there by Robbie Merced there. Bang, bang play. And that's the 4th hit of the game for Central Methodist. Here's Jeremy Conforti, hitting to a double play his first time up. First pitch, lines a cue shot into center field, and the center fielder makes the catch. Merced has to go back to first. He'll make it there easily. 2 outs now. Here's Tanner Sears. He grounded out the short his first time. First pitch to him. Lines a shot in the left field. That is a fair ball. Merced, I think he's being waved around. Here comes the throw. There'll be no throw to the plate. 3-0 Central Methodist on a double by Tanner Sears. He was running all the way and made it home. And for Tanner Sears, that's 32 RBIs, which is the team lead, along with the 8 home runs. So Alan West up there. West, single. And then Caden Doan was the courtesy runner. Came to score on the wild pitch. So a double by Sears. And that's inside. 1 ball, no strike. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. That kind of gets away. Sears, he couldn't find it. But Sears read it all the way. That'll be a pass ball there. 2 balls and no strikes. I think Dylan will agree with me. That should be a pass ball. 2-0 the count there on Alan West. Two-0 pitch. That is a strike call. 2-1 in the count. Two and one the count on Tanner, on Alan West. It's a little chopper to the third baseman. Lewis has it, throw to first. And not in time, and Tanner Sears scores. So they get 4-0 there. I have a feeling that's going to be an error right there. And I think Dylan will agree with him. If not, he'll probably say, ding dong, you're wrong, Quentin. Here's Tommy Giarola. He popped out the first his first time up. So 4-0 now. Looks like the coach wants to talk it over. So 4-0 Central Methodist, as Caden Doan is the courtesy runner. And for Alan West, that's 14 RBIs. Here's Giarola, popped the third, his first time up. So 2 big runs there. They lead 4-0. First pitch. That is a bit high. 1-0 to count. Joey Fitzgerald Jr. on deck. The 1-0. Hits a high fly ball in the left field. Graham with some room. And makes a catch. So 2 runs on just 2 hits, an error, and they leave 2. We head to the top of the 4th inning. Central Methodist 4, Baker nothing.
Yeah. I have a question. So whenever this is green, it means that like it's very that angle. I think it just means that both of these cameras. I don't know what green versus red means, but it essentially just means that that's the. Well, I was gonna say that's the one you're currently on. No, I don't know. Like maybe it's like the best. I don't know. green means you're not on it. Red means you are. Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of like the opposite that I was expecting. Yes. Like if you're in it, yes, it'll be like a green. Yeah. Now that I looked at it, I was like, everything good? Yeah. Okay.
Blue spring. I thought you was gonna say. Which I know. You know how it is with broadcast. Oh, okay. What was that? I said, you're wrong. Okay, here we go. 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Central. No runs, 3 hits, 3 errors. As Peyton Lewis up there, he struck out his first time up. 2 in the second, 2 in the third. Alan West is looking very sharp so far. First pitch. Hits a high pop up there. I think Weatherford looks like it is Conforti, but it's heading toward the Baker University bullpen. Oh and 1 the count. No balls and a strike. 0-1 now, and he fouls it off. 0-2. Oh and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch. Strike 3 call. So 1 out now. Here's Jared Parentini. He struck out his first time up. First pitch to him. That's missed. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count. The 1-0 pitch. It's a high fly ball into left center field. That's well hit. And it's gone. A home run for Jared Parentini. And it's suddenly 4-1 now. And for Parentini, that's his first of the year. RBI number 8. To make it 4-1 now. There's Camden Carlin. He singled his first time up. That was a good effort there by Bobby Nichols. First pitch. Strike call, 0-1 to count. No balls and 1 strike. 0-1 pitch. That's a bit high, 1-1. 1-1 to count. 4-1 Central Methodist. The 1-1. Oh, that's a good pitch there. Strike 2. 1-2 the count on Camden Carlin. 1-2 pitch. Hits a little chopper up the middle. Merced has it throw the first. Beautiful play. Too quick, so 2 outs now. Here is Cooper Carlin. He grounded out to Joseph Weatherford. First pitch to him. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike on Cooper Carlin. The 0-1 now. Misses. 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike, the 1-1. Swings and misses, strike 2. 6 strikeouts so far for Alan West. 1-2. Fly ball. I think Tanner Steers will call for it. Makes the play for the third out. 1 run, 1 hit. No errors, and no one left on. We're halfway home. 4-1 Central Methodist. Yeah. 4 runs, 5 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. And 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for Baker. Here's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. He reached on an error his first time up. First pitch to Joey Fitzgerald Jr. That is a ball, 1 ball, no strikes. Game number 2 to follow, and I think there'll be a 20-minute break, and I think Sebastian Escobar will start. Hits a fly ball into the left field area, and that'll go out of play. 1-1 now. One and one to count. 2 balls and a strike. Two and one to count. 3-1 to count. 3 balls and a strike on Joey Fitzgerald Jr. The 3-1. That's ball 4 now. And here's Joseph Weatherford. Single, drove in a run his first time up. Weatherford is the batter. First pitch. Kind of gets away, but no advance there, and it's a ball. Logan Duty on deck. 4-1 Central Methodist. 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and Baker answers in the fourth on the home run by Jared Parentini. 1-0. Ball 2, 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strikes on Joseph Weatherford Jr. Joseph Weatherford. Joey Fitzgerald Jr. is at first. 3-0 to count. Three and 0 to count. 3-0. Strike. 3-1. 3 balls and a strike. One pitch. Fouls it off. 3-2. Three and 2 the count. 3-2. That hit him, and it's ball. So hit batsman. First and second, nobody out. For Logan Duty, he reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. You wonder, they may put the bunt play in. There you see the coach coming out there. Maybe wants to talk with the starting pitcher, Caden Polk. Seems so good. Do, 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 do. I didn't mind. Da, da, da. Me, me. Do, in the night. Doom, doom, doom. There's Logan Duty. They're trying to tell him to turn the music down. Right in the middle of a song by the legendary Neil Diamond. I'm sure we're looking forward to hearing him sing Sweet Caroline at the Boston Red Sox games. And I'm sure somebody's in charge of music needs to play Piano Man by Billy Joel. 1-0 pitch. Pulls it back. Ball 2. Two balls and no strikes. Two and one. 2-1 to count on Logan Duty. Fitzgerald Jr. at second. Weatherford at first. 2-1. Lays down a beautiful bunt. His only play is the first. They do get, but a great job there moving the runners to second. They're 1-4 on your scorecard. Here's Bobby Nichols, 0 for 2 on the play. So Nichols, if he can hit it to the right side, actually the infield is kind of in. Actually, I know the infield kind of in, except for shortstop. Shortstop probably about normal depth. First pitch. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. If Bobby can hit it in that, maybe in the middle of the area, not only you score Fitzgerald Jr., but could move Joseph Weatherford to third. The 1-0. It's a high fly ball, but that could be deep enough to score Fitzgerald Jr. Makes the catch. Here comes Fitzgerald Jr. Throws up the line. And in the third is Joseph Weatherford to make it 5-1 on a sac fly to right field. For Bobby Nichols, that's his 10th RBI of the year. And it's 5-1 now. Here's Robbie Merced, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. First pitch to him. That is a strike call on the outside corner. 0-1 now. The 0-1. That is ball 1. 1-1. One pitch. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 the count. One and two. 1-2. Strike 3 called. So 1 run on no hits, no errors, and they leave 1. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Central Methodist 5, Baker 1. boy. Five runs, 5 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. 1 run, 4 hits, and 3 errors for Baker. As Quentin Graham up there, 1 for 2 with a single. Five ones our score. First pitch to him. That is a strike call. No balls and 1 strike.
There you go.
0-1 the count. 0-1. Here's the pitch. I think he held up. Yeah, 1-1. 1 ball and a strike. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Looks like one new baseball there. One into the count. Once the new one. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. That is missed. 2-2. 2-2 to count. Two pitch. 3-2 now. 3-2 on Quentin Graham. Top of the 5th inning. 5-1 Central Methodist. 3-2 pitch. Swings and misses. Strike 3 called. So 1 out now. 7 strikeouts for Allen West. Here's John Rayburn, 0 for 1 with the walk. That came in the 1st inning. First pitch. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. 2-0 to count. 2 balls and no strike. No, 1 out in the top of the 5th inning. 2-0 pitch. That's outside. 3-0. 3 balls and no strikes. 3-0 the count. 3-0 pitch. Fouls it off. 3-1 now. Tucker Flory is on deck. Three-one pitch. It's a ground ball. Joseph Weather has it. Underhand throws to Allen West for out number 2. So 2 quick outs now. He's got the first. Retired 4 in a row. Tucker Flory, 1 for 2 with a single. First pitch. There's a strike call. No balls and 1 strike. Oh, 1 pitch. Strike 2. 0-2 the count on Tucker Flory. Oh and 2, 0-2 pitch. Just missed. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. 1-2 pitch. 2-2. 2-2 the count there. Top of the fifth inning. 2-2 the count. 2-2 pitch. 3-2. 3-2 on Tucker Flory. 3-2 pitch. Strike three called. A 1-2-3 inning goes Baker. We head to the bottom of the fifth inning. Central Methodist 5, Baker 1. 5 runs, 5 hits, an error for Central Methodist. 1 run, 4 hits, 3 errors for Baker. And here's Jeremy Conforti, 0 for 2 on the day. First pitch. And that's a strike call. 0-1 now. Bottom of the fifth inning. Central Methodist leads 5-1. Here's the 0-1. Fouls it to the screen. And it's no balls and 2 strikes. Oh and 2 the count. 0-2 pitch. It's a high pop up there. I think let's see who calls for it. Second baseman calls for it for out number 1. I think the wind was playing tricks. One for 2 with a double and RBI. That gave Central Methodist a 3-0 lead there. First pitch to him. Hits a ground ball, knocks it down. Here's the throw, and they just got him. So 2 quick outs now. Now here's Allen West. 1 for 2 with a single RBI. Allen West, in the first game on Wednesday, hit 2 home runs. First pitch to him. That hit him. So 2 out hit by pitch. And now Caden Doan is the courtesy runner. So here's Tommy Giarola. 0 for 2 on the day. 5-1 Central Methodist. See if they can add to the lead there. First pitch. That is a ball. 1-0 to count on Tommy Giarola. The 1-0. That's inside, and a strike call. 1-1 now on Tommy Giarola. 1-1 on Tommy Giarola. The 1-1. Swings and misses. Doan is taking off for second to throw, not in time. So 1-2 the count now. Doan's at second on the stolen base. 1-2 the count on Tommy Giarola. Joey Fitzgerald Jr. is on deck. A base hit could give Central Methodist their 6th run of the game. 1-2 the count. Jones at second. Here's the 1-2. It's a high fly ball in the center field. Center fielder has it and makes the catch for the 3rd out. So no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We're through 5. Central Methodist 5, Baker 1. Five runs, 5 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. 1 run, 4 hits, and 3 errors. Here's Brian Hawkins, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. 8 strikeouts already for Allen West. Top of the 6th inning, 5-1. Central is on top. We'll have a 25-minute break in between. Hits the ground ball. That is a base hit. Good effort there by Robbie Merced. And that is the 5th hit of the game now for Baker. That was a great effort there by Robbie Merced, keeping the ball from going to the outfield. Here's Darwin Ortega, 0 for 2 on today. Remember, Baker at 2nd and 3rd and 2 outs, and then Ortega lined out to Tommy Giarola to end the rally in the 3rd inning. First pitch. Nice stop by Duty, but not far enough, and it's ball 1. One ball, no strikes. The 1-0. Nice stop by Logan Duty, and it's 2-0 to count. There's Peyton Lewis on deck. 2 balls and no strikes on Darwin Ortega. Here's the 2-0, and that's a foul ball. 2 balls and 1 strike. Two and 1 to count. 2-1 pitch. Fouls it all. 2-2 to count. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Darwin Ortega. Two-two pitch. It's a chopper to Robbie Merced. They'll go to second for 1. The first, not in time. Fielder's choice. Good job by Robbie Merced, keeping the ball from going in the outfield, but getting the lead runner. So 1 out now for Peyton Lewis. 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. First pitch to him. Just missed. 1 ball, no strikes. 5-1 Central Methodist. 1-0 the count on Peyton Lewis. The 1-0. Oh, there's a beautiful pitch. A strike. 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one the count. 1-1 pitch. Fouls it off. Strike 2. One and 2 the count on Peyton Lewis. Ole goes at first. He was on the fielder's choice. The 1-2. Fouls that one off. Still 1 and 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. One and 2 the count. One, 2 the count. 1-2 pitch. Just missed. 2 and 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Two balls, 2 strikes. Two pitch. Hits a little roller. That's going to go foul. Still 2 and 2. A little past 2:30 there on a Sunday afternoon. And here we are in the 6th inning. Looks like there is activity in the Central Methodist bullpen. Maybe Larry Fitzgerald Jr., I do believe. 2-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, no question about it. Now they got first and hung up to throw. They got him. A double play. Great job there by Logan Duty. Recognizing the play. Makes a great throw. And there is the third out. So no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and no one left on. Bottom of the 6th inning. Central Methodist 5, Baker 1. Okay. Looks like number 31. Oh, yeah, that's the same guy. Nine strikeouts. So a new pitcher on the mound. That's Logan Whalen. He made 1 appearance. That was in the 2nd game of the doubleheader against Baker University. So Dominic Van Dorn is the pinch hitter. No homers, 2 RBIs. Went 0 for 3 in the first game in game 2 yesterday. First pitch to him. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. Fouls it off. 1-1 the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. I think that's Joseph Weatherford on deck. The 1-1. Ball 2. 2-1 now. It is. 2-1 pitch. 3-1 now. First to 2, gains 3 and 4 of the series. 3-1 the count. It's a high pop-up. That will go out of play. 3-2 now. 3 balls and 2 strikes on Dominic Van Dorn. 3-2 pitch. Strike 3 call, so 1 out now. Here's Joseph Weatherford, 1 for 1 with a single. He was hit by a pitch his last time up. First pitch to Joseph Weatherford. That gets away, and that's a ball. 1-0 the count. Looks like Logan Duty's out on deck. Then Bobby Nichols. The 1-0. Fouls it off. 1-1. 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 1 more in the fourth. Baker added a run in that 4th inning as well. And that's where we're staying. 5-1 now. 5 hits apiece for both sides. Here's the pitch to him. It's a foul ball. 1-2 the count. One and two the count on Joseph Weatherford. 1-2 pitch. It's a line shot into right center field. That's well hit. Up against the wall. Weatherford's rounding first. He'll stop at second with a double. 6 hits now for Central Methodist. And now here's Logan Duty, 0 for 1. He had a sac bunt his last time up in that 4th inning. And now the courtesy runner is Gannon Ruckman. And that sac bunt led to Joey Fitzgerald's run. That was later scored on the sac fly by Bobby Nichols. Ruckman's at second. Here's the pitch to Logan Duty. That's outside, ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. 1-0 the count to Logan Duty. The 1-0. That's up high, 2-0. Two and 0 the count to Logan Duty. 2-0 pitch. That is a strike call. 2-1 now. Ruckman is the courtesy runner for Joseph Weatherford. Two and 1 the count to Logan Duty. 2-1 pitch. That is 3-1 now. 3 balls and a strike. Trying to add some insurance runs. 3-1 on Logan Duty. You wonder he'll get the green light from Nate Breland. 3-1. Lines a shot into right field. Gannon Ruckman has to go back. And if he went halfway, he could have made it to third base easily. So 2 outs now. Here's Bobby Nichols, 0 for 2, but he had a sac fly to right field in the 4th inning. That gave him 10 RBIs on the year. Ruckman's at second. First pitch to him. Fouls it off. Strike one. The 0-1 now. Fouls it off. Strike two. 0-2 now. 0-2 now on Bobby Nichols. Robbie Merced on deck. 5-1 Central Methodist. 0-2. It's a high fly ball in the right field. Right fielder calls for it and makes the catch for the third out. So no runs on one hit, no errors, and one left. We head to the top of the seventh inning. Central Methodist 5, Baker 1 on CMUEagles.com. Simply the best. 5 runs, 6 hits, and an error for Central Methodist. A run, 5 hits, and 3 errors. Here's Jared Pentini. 1 for 2 with a homer and an RBI. That came in the fourth inning. That cut the lead to 4-1, but then Central Methodist added a run in that fifth inning. Allen West on the mound. Just need 3 more outs and a ground ball there. That's Joey Fitzgerald Jr. 2. That's Trey Rosenfloss for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out now. We will have a 25-minute break there. There's Camden Carlin, 1 for 2 with a single. So if everything goes according to plan, we may start maybe right before 3:15. First pitch to him. That is a ball. 1 ball, no strikes. Nine strikeouts for Allen West. Oh, that's a beautiful one. 1-1 to count. 1 ball, 1 strike on Camden Carlin. 1-1 pitch. I think he fouled it off. It is a count of 1-2. One and two the count. 1-2 pitch. Oh, that gets away. 2-2. Two balls and 2 strikes. 2-2 pitch. Fouls it to the screen. Two and two the count. 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Two pitch. He did go. That's the 10th strikeout for Camden Carlin. What a job there. So 1 more out to go. That's Cooper Carlin, 0 for 2. Just needs 1 more out to go. Here's the ground ball. This should do it. Giorola to Rasenfloss, and that's the winner, folks. Central Methodist wins it 5-1. No runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left on. We'll give you the final line numbers there. 1 run, 5 hits, 3 errors for Baker. Central Methodist 5 runs, 6 hits, and an error. 10 strikeouts now for Allen West. Central Methodist, they are 7-2, 17-10 on the year. Baker goes to 7-4 in the conference and 15-12 altogether. Final score is 5-1. We will have a 25-minute break there. I think the first pitch will come at around 3:10 or so on CMUEagles.com. This is Quentin Norris saying so long. We'll see you around 3:10 or so for game number 2. So long, everyone.